Hey, we're back. I guess it's time to make a follow-up video about the Durango exhaust. I didn't get any good clips before of how it sounded from the outside or the inside, so just going on a quick drive. Let you guys know how it sounds. It's been about 6 months. Everything's held up. I've had no leaks, nothing's broke, nothing like that. Never had an issue from a cop or whatever, but it doesn't drone on the highway. I mean, I'm driving on the highway right now. You can hear it. It sounds fine. The only major downfall that I can say, and again, that's not going to affect many people, is if you drive at all with the eco function on, it sounds just terrible. The cheap little exhaust tips that I put on there, they're starting to pit just a little bit of rust. I could probably just hit them with a bit of Scotch-Brite and it'd be fine, but I haven't cared enough to do it. I've towed with it, with the exhaust. That's another thing it's a little bit loud. I had an enclosed trailer behind, and obviously with the exhaust pointed right at the trailer, it gets a little bit loud, as you can imagine. I do get some looks from car people when they hear it go by, because it sounds pretty good, and the Durango's no faster, or not noticeably faster or anything, and that's not why I did it anyways. It was just to get a bit of a better sound to it, and just to do it, really, see how I could handle cutting and making an exhaust, and I think it turned out all right. Pretty happy with it. So in this video, I'm gonna show you some sound clips right from behind, like on cold start. You'll see that in a second, and that, a couple of revs, and I'll do a flyby so you can see what it or hear what it sounds like at full throttle. It sounds pretty good. It doesn't sound the same in the vehicle as it does from outside at all, like remotely. Yeah, so right now it's in eco mode. It sounds kind of terrible. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Got a bit of junk in the back of the truck, so you'll hear that bouncing around. But yeah, so if I go down here, click our sport on, it sounds much more aggressive. In sport mode, it already kind of pops a little bit between shifts, but with the exhaust on now, it sounds even better. So I don't have a lot of room in front of me here, but I can floor it for a second so you can hear what it sounds like in the cab. I wish I lived close to a tunnel or something, because that's where it just sounds ridiculous. I've actually scared a couple of people going through tunnels, but I would definitely recommend this. I haven't driven a vehicle with just the resonator delete instead of a muffler delete, but I will say that I don't find it too loud. I mean, in sport mode now, it holds gear, so it's a little bit loud, but I could shut that off and it'd be fine. My wife drives the truck, no problem. She's never had an issue with it. I've lent it to friends and stuff. They all like the way it sounds. Nobody's ever complained about droning on the highway. And I kind of live far out of the city, so anybody that's ever borrowed it has actually driven it on the highway. So yeah, I'll do a little pull with the windows down. See if it's any louder. Turn off sport mode, and it's just back to a quiet grocery getter kind of vehicle. So yeah, no complaints with it at all. I really recommend doing it. It wasn't overly hard. Again, I did it all out of stainless steel and stuff, so it had to be TIG welded and whatever, but you could do this just with a couple pipes, or take it to a muffler shop. I'm sure they wouldn't charge you more than a couple of $100. couple $100 to do it, and honestly, for the difference in how it makes you feel, so you're like, you know, so you don't feel like you're driving just a big lazy vehicle, it makes it actually feel a little sporty, just being able to hear it a little bit more. Yeah, I totally suggest doing it. So check out the sound clips. I'm hoping I'll be able to get a clip. My friend has the same vehicle with the stock exhaust, so that I can actually compare it back to back, and I'll use a decibel meter so you can actually hear the difference between the stock exhaust and the straight pipes. Yeah, thanks for checking out the video. I'm going to link the video of when I built the exhaust right here if you haven't already seen it. Most of the people watching this are probably coming from that video, but put it up there so you can take a look, see how I built it, and see my initial reaction, because in person it was way louder than I expected. Bye.